The Exorcist raises a lot of personal and political questions about family values, science versus religion, and the crises of faith we experience when life seems inexplicably cruel. And the ending of the movie actually comes down with firm answers to these questions. It argues that science is no substitute for God, families suffer without strong father figures, and faith is what heals us. When we're watching, we probably first notice the exorcist's shocking language and explicit sexuality. But the movie is actually using this vulgarity as evidence of evil. Christianity saves these characters, inspiring them either to return to their faith or to accept it for the first time. The Exorcist came out in 1973, at a time when the second wave feminist movement and the sexual revolution were ongoing, and people were questioning if religion was antiquated or irrelevant to their lives. But the film's thesis is that nothing replaces the need for faith. The movie isn't a condemnation of atheists or single moms, really, but it is an affirmation of religion and the moral code it provides. William Peter Blatty, who wrote the novel The Exorcist is based on, has described his story as, quote, an argument for God and an apostolic work to help people in their faith. Near the end of the film, Father Merrin and Father Karras perform an exorcism on Reagan, a 12-year-old girl possessed by a demon. The exorcism sequence calls back to the prologue, showing Father Merrin on an archaeological dig in Iraq. He unearths a figure of Pazatsu, a demonic god from Assyrian and Babylonian mythology. By finding this figure, Merrin either wakes up the dormant demon or realizes that the demon will soon be active somewhere in the world. When the same statue he saw in Iraq appears in Reagan's bedroom during the exorcism, we know that the demon possessing the girl is this spirit of Pazatsu, and Merrin has successfully confronted it. But after Merrin dies, Karras gives into the temptation to physically beat the demon out of Reagan, then suddenly changes his mind. He commands the demon to leave her and enter him instead. When it obeys, Karras jumps out the window to kill the demon by killing himself. So this isn't suicide, but demonicide. The demon does reappear in sequels, but for all intents and purposes, it's dead here. The last scene of the film shows Reagan and her mother Chris talking to another priest, Father Dyer. Chris gives the father Karras' medal, and it's like she's acknowledging that he and Karras are basically two interchangeable manifestations of the same spirit. His insistence that she takes it instead acts as an encouragement for her to embrace religion for the first time.